What is conscious creation? We're all creating life. We are creating life from that of our consciousness. However, majority of human beings are running from their unconscious mind, their separate mind, their shadow self, their ego. The disassociated parts of themselves are effectively creating their life experience. That means that they're creating from separation, darkness, or unconsciousness, which then creates that of destruction or chaos. Because this level of the unknown, the disassociated, it will create destruction, destroying that of the reality to see that of itself on the other side of death. Death energy. Death energy is what unconscious and separate mind does. Ego creates from that of the avoidance of death or the attachment to death. And so as you understand that if you are creating primarily from 40% consciousness and 60% of all of those unconscious, those shadow consciousness, those aspects where you're running from trauma or forgotten self, then your life is going to reflect that. You're going to have a life that is created in a destructive manner because you haven't yet learned how to consciously create. It's not that you can't consciously create, it's that you don't have the tools, the capability, and the presence to do so. So most individuals are saying, I don't like this about my life. I don't want this in my life. This hurts. This sucks. How do I get out of this? And that happens, and that is a focus on what you don't want. It's a simplicity of understanding reality. It's a simplicity of understanding consciousness. This is not new information, but what is unseen and ununderstood is that the more that you actually choose to come into the presence and declare and consciously choose, your conscious mind is far more powerful than any other selves, even your soul, even your spirit, even those of your higher mind. Your conscious choice in presence of source is the strongest creator being in this entire universe. So there is the capacity of an infinite possibility of the human race if we awaken to this realization that if you choose in a moment to say, I consciously choose to create my life in the joy and the abundance and the love of my sacred heart, and that I will do what brings me this vivaciousness and explore it in all realms. And so it is, I choose this is me, without separation, in the mind-heart coherence, in the connection to your heart. What happens is you start to bring that forward. Everything else in the creation space starts to align to it. Your frequency, your vibration, and everything that is you synergizes to it because you consciously chose, I don't care about my story. I don't care about my trauma. I don't care about the unconscious aspects because my consciousness is the powerful aspect. So how do I learn presence? Because if conscious creation is presence, then mind-heart coherence is important. If conscious creation is presence, then being and learning how to breathe is important. If conscious creation is presence, then moving into the layers of being in your physical body and in your vessel is important. These are simple ways to learn to consciously create. How do I be in my body? How do I breathe into my heart? How do I feel my thoughts connect to my heart brain and my gut brain? This simple tool is literally the tool that all you need, because you will have the answers if you master it. 3 simple strategies to presence: breath, mind-heart coherence, and that of the conscious intention to do so, to bring yourself here and now, to choose it with focused intention. Conscious creation is where you get to decide what it is that you live. No longer do your distortions run your life. No longer do your wounds create your experience. No longer do you mirror those challenges, things to show you where you've disconnected, because you're not choosing to create life from the separation point, from the karmic footprint, but you're choosing to create life from the source expression that sits within the sacred heart. This means that those relationship dynamics dissolve. Those stories around who you are as an individual start to alchemize. Those aspects of family feuds start to come into connection. The truth is revealed. Now, not always is that truth something that we desire to see, but through the dropping of the veil, by presence, by being in the body and feeling the truth of your reality and awareness around you, of things, of people, of self, of life, then you get to choose. Without presence, you are a victim of this reality. Without presence to consciously choose, you have no choice. You are not a sovereign being. Sovereignty comes from the realization that when you are in separation, when you are in ego, when you are disconnected from your body, you are a victim to this experience. The amount of mutation, manipulation, conditioning, entrapment, and interdimensional, intergalactic frequency aspects that keep you contained, that exist, can only be resolved through the recognition that when you are in them, you are not sovereign and free, because source overrides all else. So no matter what is going on, no matter who or how or what has been experienced, if you choose in this moment to be guided by your conscious source creation, your self that desires to be the luminosity of your heart, then that will be. And those things will not be in your reality. Those aspects of conditioning or those aspects of trauma, they instantaneously can be completed with the choice to come into the connection point, the conscious creation point. So I'd love to invite you, as you've reflected on this message, is what is it that you want to consciously create? What have you been creating so unconsciously that is so messy, that is so unproductive, that is so painful, that is so destructive, that is so distracting from your soul's connection point, your spirit, your source luminosity, that if you chose right now to create from that, you would bring in a completely different reality? What if you realized that you don't have to learn through contrast, that you don't have to learn through pain, that you don't have to learn or experience yourself through polarity, that you can actually do it all through connection, through presence, and through the truth that exists within you? How much would that change your ability to create your life? If you let go of that narrative, that construct, and set yourself free so that you chose to live a life, that you create your lessons from the ease of your heart, that you create your experiences from that of your aligned essence, that you create a life by design of that of your spirit embodied. I love you, beautiful souls. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. And if you would like to learn any more on conscious creating, visit the links below where you can find the Bring the New Earth tribe and join our community for more transmissions, education, and group setting assignments on how to consciously create the new earth ourselves and that of our soul's purpose in this incarnation. I love you, I love you, I love you.